Hello and welcome to Bits and Banter. Today we are here to discuss the ICC Test Championship, where New Zealand has already reached, and there is a three-way tussle between Australia, England, and India. No, Bala, that's not what we are here to discuss, right?
Yeah, exactly. But in a sense, it's also interlinked in the sense since Australia has kind of postponed its trip to South Africa. This is practically World Test Championship itself, which is
Yeah.
what we India versus England Test
Yes.
match series, which starts from Friday, amounts to.
Yes. And Bala is damn thrilled because it is being played on CSK grounds. We need to bring a CSK connection, man. I mean,
Connection, but unfortunately, the first Test match is not going to have crowds, man.
that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So yeah, what's your quick take on that? I mean, what do you see this series as? I mean, see, we have had this fantastic victory over Australia. Everything seems to be hunky dory, and now suddenly you have England, who came to Sri Lanka. I mean, definitely not as underdogs, but they ended up winning 2-0. I mean, they just won 2-0. They won both the test matches rather easily. So
Exactly.
where does that leave us?
See, if the India Australia Test match series was something of an outlier, we are not going to get anything remotely close to that. But having said that, this Test match series is equally important because, as you rightly said, England is coming off from a brilliant victory in Sri Lanka, which is not. I mean, Sri Lanka is not an easy place to travel, more so in these days. So England is in very good fettle, and India, of course, is in very good form, and also they are playing in home conditions. So this series is going to be very good. And don't forget, England have been touring India in this century pretty smartly because they were the only teams who have won in the last decade, 2012 to 2013, the series under Alistair Cook. They won tremendously. So England has improved its performances in India.
Yeah.
So this series, I mean, Joe Root is in great form. This series is not going to be lopsided, at least on paper, as it seems to be.
Yeah, I think that's a very good summation because uh, if at all there is anything, we can say that this series is similar to the India-Australia series just happened, where England takes the role of India that India did in Australia, right?
Good,
So it's
good
a
point.
scenario, yeah, it's a scenario like that. And this is not my comment. It came from my friend whom we call Anthony Gonzalez. His name is Ganesh Gopalan. So yeah, well, that will come some other time. So yeah, so I thought that's a very valid point about how the series is shaping up, because in spite of home conditions, we also have the advantage of all the guys who were injured are coming back. I think barring Jadeja, I don't know about Jadeja, but he's
The,
included in the team, right? But then we don't know.
yeah, he has not been cleared as it. So certainly he's not playing the first test. So depends whether they play Axar Patel or Washington Sundar,
Yeah.
or they decide to go with just two spinners and three pacers. I mean, we'll get to that slightly later. But since
Yes.
you brought about Anthony Gonzalez, just a small trivia. This India-England series is played for a trophy called Anthony De Mello Trophy, Raj.
Okay.
India-England Test series in India is played for Anthony De Mello. India-England in England is played for Patondi Trophy. Anthony De Mello is one of the founding members of BCCI, and he was one of the persons responsible for the construction of Bradman Stadium. So
Okay.
he's some kind of a legend in the. He was also talked of as a dictator, but some kind of a, and he was one of the persons instrumental for the first Asian Games in New Delhi in 1951 also. So that's a small trivia, by the
So,
way.
yeah. So Anthony Gonzalez makes relevance here.
Yeah. So
Ganesh, all for you.
okay.
So yeah. So next step. So from my side, from the thought that I have now on the series is home conditions fine. The challenge is, again, this is something that Ganesh brought up. The challenge is you are playing two tests at the same venue. So two tests at Chennai and two tests at the
Just
world's
at
biggest stadium
Ahmedabad.
in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
So will that have a bearing on the game, Bala, or the
I,
series?
I don't know because it's better because they're anyway in a bio bubble. So the travel part is anyway restricted. So for the players, they'll always feel constricted because they have to be confined in their rooms, hotel rooms. They have to shuttle between the test match venue and the hotel. So even if it is over four different venues, I don't think it is going to have a great impact.
Okay.
But having said, I mean, but it can have an impact on the condition of the pitch. Obviously, they will play on different pitches, but it will have the ground in itself will have a lot of wear and tear. See,
Correct.
the pitch is going to be nearby, so that it can have an impact. I'm just making out a case because since you asked me, because I don't think in these in this age there is no real relevance of the travel part because that is being taken care of pretty well.
So not the travel. So I'm more. It is more about getting used to the conditions. So it's like in IPL, you see. I mean, when IPL teams play in their home venue, their players seem to sort of excel at a certain level, I mean,
Yeah,
including the
obviously.
foreigners. So, for example, now if you are playing a test match in Chennai, so whatever the result of the first test, assuming let us say India wins the first test, can you say that, yeah, fingers crossed, can you say that in the second test there could be a scenario where England knows the conditions better and they are
That's a
better
good point.
prepared?
Obviously, I mean, having been acclimatized for the good part of 5 days, they'll be in a better position to come back with a better challenge for the second test if
Yeah.
it pans out as we discussed. But you never know. I mean, that advantage is anyway is also going to be with India also.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
see, these things are very theoretical and very bookish because let's face it, after having seen what had happened in the previous series against Australia, because no touring team after going 0-1 in the first test generally comes back in Australia. So we managed to do it
Yeah.
in different venues.
Yes. So that is the thing. So I mean, it's just a thought. So coming to the personnel, if I can, yeah, that is the interesting part. So the first test is about this, what, 3 days, but 3 days down the line, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah,
Today is
prior,
Wednesday.
2 days,
Yeah.
5th. We are on
So
3rd. So we are
yeah,
recording this on 3rd.
yeah.
February 5th is the match. Raj, I'll ask you this. I mean, how do you expect the Indian team, I mean, the composition of Indian team? I'll ask you because before you start questioning me on that,
Now you put me on the spot.
I'll put that ball in your court.
Yeah. So you put me on the spot. I don't like being in the spot too often on these things because usually I end up being on the wrong side of the spot, whatever that means.
Okay.
So my take is that so you will see the batting lineup sort of works itself out because Virat Kohli just steps in at number 4, Rahane steps the one down, and then you have 6 where Pant is probably sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll straight away say Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Cheteshwar Pujara, Kohli, Rahane, and Pant. 6 of them.
Yes.
So
now the
that
question
leaves us with 5 bowlers.
Yes.
I mean, assuming we are going with 5 bowlers.
5 bowlers. So that is the see. I mean, I believe we need to have 5 bowlers. I mean, of the 5 bowlers, assuming fitness is back to normal, you can count in Bumrah and Ashwin as certainties. And then you can look at an Ishant Sharma who can probably come in.
Exactly.
And a couple more spinners. That depends on whether Jadeja is fit or not. If Jadeja is fit, Jadeja obviously gets in because you have a number 7 batsman then. If not,
the first match, I think Jadeja is certainly not.
Yeah, then the toss-up is between Akshar Patel and if they want Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar, who might be playing on his home ground. Why am I saying so? Because you have an extra batsman thrown in. Washington Sundar with his batting exploits, he's obviously the flavor of the season. Left arm spin though is something which England has had a problem with in the past. So maybe that is why Akshar Patel was
in the
included.
series, yeah, in the last series against Sri Lanka itself, Ebudinia did tremendously well. Ebudinia is a Sri Lankan left arm, so he did tremendously well against them. So that is the case for playing a left arm spinner. Whether that should be Akshar Patel or you remove Akshar Patel and play Washington Sundar and bring in Kuldeep Sharma.
Kuldeep Yadav. Who's Kuldeep Sharma?
Yadav, sorry.
Yeah, so that is a possibility.
I was about to say
Sharma
because there are only Kuldeep Yadav and it's between in my 11. The toss-up is between Akshar and Kuldeep, Ishant and
Siraj, yeah. So that is the way I would also see it because I won't want Siraj to sort of be sitting on the sidelines after his tremendous performance. That's something. I know that, I mean, the guy he came up when others were not there, but I think he deserves to have a couple more test matches at least up his sleeve. Knowing fully well that in India, fast bowling, I don't know how much of fast bowling will be used in the first place. Although you take Bumrah as a wicket taker, I mean, he just takes wickets everywhere. So I think that is about it. And what about England? I mean, England has made this very weird sort of announcement, right? I mean, they have rested a couple of players who are coming in after the second test. So where does that leave us? I think we have a an internet
There's a
problem
small
now.
bit of
Yeah.
there is a small controversy that England has followed, but that has drawn a fair bit of flack. And they Josh Butler after the first match. So this kind of a rotation policy, which merits to be used, but it is being criticized. But England's batting, they have a top line which is slightly inexperienced. Raj,
Yeah.
yeah, the top two and the number one drop is slightly inexperienced. They are bringing back Rory Burns, who so in play. I think they will play the Zach Crawley, Burns, Root. Of course, Butler will be there. And of course, Ben Stokes has come back. So their top six is pretty much sealed. In terms of bowling, they'll have James Anderson. I think the two spinners they did pretty well in Sri Lanka. These two guys, Leach and Bess, they were pretty good because then since they have sent back Broad, Jofra Archer and Ben Stokes, they'll take care of the new board. So they also have their almost all their bases covered.
Yeah.
So in terms of personnel, but going forward, one in terms of injury and one in terms of their own rotation policy, they'll have a bit of a problem. But as I said, they have been touring pretty well these days. So I think it will be evenly matched, and they are mentally very strong. And Root is one of the better players of Spain, not just within England. I mean, in this era, he's in world cricket. In this era, is among certainly with the best of, along with Kohli and others.
Yeah. So I somehow feel in my mind, I feel the key players for England after 4 tests, in my mind would be Jofra Archer and Ben Stokes.
The two players who didn't play in Sri Lanka.
Yes. So I feel those will be the guys because the spinners, although they bowled well, like Bala, you said they bowled well. I'll still see what comes up. Because in my mind, at least, I feel that the two fast bowlers will be the ones because Jofra Archer can get bounced, so you need to negate that. And Ben Stokes also can get bounced. He's a guy who hits the deck. So you have two hit the deck bowlers who are actually, can be effective on Indian pitches, where swing and seam are not that effective.
Yeah, so exactly. But they're slightly inexperienced in Indian conditions, especially with the red ball.
Correct.
Obviously, so that is a bit of a challenge. In yesterday's press conference, Archer specifically mentioned bowling in India with the red ball is altogether different kettle of fish.
Yes. So, but then with Jofra Archer, you never know what that kettle contains. It might not be fish. It might be something else. So I think that is about it. So we will.
But I need to mention one point here. Whenever England comes, there is a lot of slight derision in the tone because we generally tend to think England in terms of this 92-93 series where they were whitewashed by India. But England has always toured India during its difficult circumstances. We must always point that in 1984, after Indira Gandhi was assassinated, England was the team. It stayed in India. It continued to tour. In 1992-93, after the Mumbai riots, they stayed in India. They continued to tour. After 2008, they went back to England and came back after the 2008 Mumbai attack. And now after COVID, when other teams are reluctant, England has come to India and is touring. So a note of appreciation to the England board, which cops a lot of flack in India. They deserve to be applauded. Raj.
I guess so. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. And one more thing is that whenever we talk England, we sort of look at England like that. So I don't think that is true because England has progressed quite well over the last 7 to 8 years. It has been consistent. I mean, they have won the World Cup. Okay, we can always question whether they won it or not, but the World Cup is in their cabinet today. So it's there. And you look at the number of England players who are key players in the IPL. That tells you a story because that is a sort of a barometer to understand the players' caliber. Joe Root doesn't find mention in IPL. Sadly, I would definitely, if I were one of the IPL guys, I would take him at a throwaway price because I just love watching him bat. to be honest.
Same here, but he didn't offer himself for the auctions.
Yes,
So
this time
that's
he
the difference.
didn't. I think last time he was not selected, so he was probably pretty pissed off. I mean, you can't have he's the only one amongst the top 4 batsmen who was missing, right? I mean, Williamson was there, Virat Kohli obviously is there, Steve Smith landed up and he was missing. So this time he'll be giggling because Steve Smith got dropped. So, yeah. So I think on that note, we'll wait for the thing, and we'll have a daily dose of what happened on the ground from our side. So keep watching, keep sharing. We are on Spotify and Apple. So go ahead and watch and share your feedback. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Raj. Bye.